So step one is the workshop. You invite a selection of your doctors and managers, we suggest, from board level, consultant grade, clinical director level, directorate, divisional managers, whichever makes sense in terms of your organisation. But try and get your senior doctors and your senior managers together in one space. And we're asking them to come for 3.5 hours, not a lot of time. And we're going to take them through a number of processes that really surface people's current perception, the doctor's current perception of managers, the manager's current perception of doctors, and to really get to grips with your joint intent. We're assuming that the reason why you're involved with this now is that you probably have all the seeds of a good relationship already, but you're trying to amplify that, you're trying to do more. You have some sense that you could do more together than you do now. So this first workshop helps get in touch with individuals' ambition for a better relationship, your collective ambition for a better relationship, and tries to help you find out where things are working already now in the organisation. So we ask you, invite your doctors and managers into this space together, and you start off with questions just for individuals. Now those questions are about what's important to me. Why am I even bothering to turn up? What are my interests in improving the relationship with my managers? Or if I'm the manager, what are my interests in improving my relationships with my doctors? And you've probably got stories of things that aren't working, things that are going wrong. And you may well have stories in your head of things that have worked well in the past and you've lost. So just some time individually, what am I interested in? And what draws you into this collective conversation? And then in the trust as a whole, now start moving into groups of sixes, mixed doctors and managers. We've had some thoughts of ourselves. What do we think the opportunities are for us together? What do we see that will be better if we have more productive relationships? So this is not a session where you nitpick over all the things that you didn't do and you didn't do and I didn't do and this is what's wrong with the place and somebody over there needs to fix it. The focus of this conversation is what do we think could be better if we work together, i.e. us here in this room, me, you, if we work together, what could be different? And if you're facilitating this session, your job is to hold people into that conversation that's not about somebody else doing something, but only you folks around the table together, what could you do differently? And then we're going to ask you, what is it that you don't really understand about the context, about things going on? It may be that you as a trust are responding differently to things going on in the environment. And so you're going to do some sense making together and you're going to try and really get to grips with what's your intention, what do you want to do together better. So these first two questions are firstly about personal intent and then collective intent. And then the third question, we're asking you to split the doctors and managers up. So put the doctors on some tables, again small groups, put the managers on some tables, again small groups. I want you to have a sort of appreciative conversation. So ask each of the tables to start thinking about the other. So if you're talking to a group of doctors, say, what do you really appreciate about managers? What do you think they do really well? What do you think they've got to offer the organisation? And ask the managers to do the same of the doctors, so that you're beginning to start from a place which is about respect, about some sort of mutual trust, about we're in it together, rather than a naming, blaming and shaming model which actually won't get you anywhere together. So those first three conversations take you into the next conversation. So if we now go into the next step, I'll tell you about that.